Hello, 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 everyone. This is Dr. Mary Payton with All About STEM Radio, and I come to you every Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. Central Time here on Fishbowl Radio Network. I am, still sitting here finishing up my school year on the Big Island of Hawaii. This is our last year of regular instruction. And then we turn in grades, which, as you know, I got wonderful kids, so all my kids will pass. Although I miss them, I got my last assignment today from one of my wonderful students. She was the first to turn in her assignment this week, so I gave her a super student attaboy when I messaged her. So I'm totally and utterly excited about ending this school year. And, hopefully you're all staying safe out there. And I know things are opening up, but let's not get too crazy, okay? Now, I have a excellent guest today. He is a college student at Texas State. I don't know if he's taking a break because of the pandemic, but he's going to let us know all of that when he comes on. Excellent young man. And so, without any further ado, I'd like to introduce y'all to Terrance Woodard. We call him TJ. Yes, he's in the family. Well, he's in our family, our big family. So, and he's part of our new STEM community. Hey, TJ, how are you?
I'm great. Excited to be here.
Excited to be on. Well, I am excited to have you. Hey, take a few minutes and introduce yourself to our audience.
Right. Well, as she introduced, that wonderful introduction, I am Terrance Woodard, but everybody calls me TJ. I am a senior at Texas State University. And right now I am on a break from Texas State, but I am not on a break from taking classes. I'm still working towards my degree and my future. So bring that 26 or 25, actually. I don't even know my own age. Scorpio. So, shout out to the Scorpios out there. Right now I'm doing all I can to survive this pandemic and trying my best to stay at home, but, we got to make money somehow. Just trying best to keep my family safe. That's me.
So, you say you're taking classes. Where are you taking classes right now, since you're taking a break from Texas State? Well, you're not taking a break, but you know what I mean.
Yes. So my freshman year was a little wild. So I'm retaking some classes, and who has them available right now is this place called Hill College, and I'm doing online classes. I was already ready for the pandemic before it even started, so the adjustment wasn't really too big for me.
Oh, that's good. That's good, because right now everybody is online taking classes, to include my babies here on the Big Island. Everything we're doing is online right now. So I get these weird emails. We miss you. Why? Hey, you at home with your people. But you're a senior. Tell us, what is your major? What are you majoring in?
I'm majoring in exercise and sports science with a concentration of history.
Okay.
It took me a while to get to where I'm at as far as choosing what I was finally going to end my school career in. About 3 or 4 times of changing my major, I finally got to where I was like, okay, I kind of love history, and I'm an athlete, so being a coach was really first thing that came to mind. So, and I knew I had to teach, so I enjoy learning about history, learning, everything about this great world, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Mm-hmm.
And I just set my sights on that. And I've volunteered at several schools, San Marcos High, Middle, and Elementary School, and other elementary and middle schools around the San Marcos area. I have volunteered at Riverside Middle School, actually, which is in my hometown of Fort Worth, Spunky Town, stand up. Um, and I've volunteered at Bonnie Bray Elementary.
Oh,
So,
okay.
as far as experience, being around the kids and seeing how school life actually goes, other than my personal experience. Um, I definitely have that.
Hmm.
So,
Now, when you were volunteering, what were you doing as a volunteer?
really just mainly assistant work, because you can't actually teach, or until as
Yeah.
yeah, high school and middle school was mainly assistant work, but elementary school I actually got to sit down and instruct the kids on things, look
Hmm.
over lesson plans from teachers,
Hmm.
and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And it was really fun. I actually dig elementary school. Uh, Most people I talk to, they say they don't like it, but I I have a I have a soft spot for the kids.
You know,
I have a soft
I didn't think I was gonna care for it, um, because after I quote unquote semi-retired, I got bored sitting at home and convinced a friend of mine to let me come and work with her 4-year-olds in a pre-K class and do science class. And I was just shocked and amazed that I enjoyed it. And so, would I go back and do it again? I don't know. But I did it for 2 years and I had a blast. Now, you're getting certified to teach. What level are you going to teach? High school, middle
um
school, all levels?
I'm getting certified for all levels, but
Mm,
I'm setting my sights on high school or elementary,
mm-hmm.
because I know for a fact that middle school is another battle entirely. You're coming into who you're gonna be, personality wise, and hormones are just
Yeah,
coming through your body. So
they crazy. Because I'm middle school now, and sixth grade is okay. Eighth grade, I mean, sixth grade, they just came out of fifth grade. They just got into middle school. They still babies. Eighth grade, they're just ready to get in ninth grade and get in high school. Seventh grade is what I teach. They are very strange, but you just kind of love them. You just kind of deal with them, and you just look at them like, why?
hey,
But go ahead, on.
I I definitely understand that. Thinking about it now, looking looking back at my volunteer work and seeing how they operate, their social lives and everything, you would think, it's pretty crazy, like what y'all are doing now, and it's a different era, so it's like all about technology. So,
Mm-hmm.
everybody has social media, like,
Mm-hmm.
children have social media, which is crazy to me. But
Mm-hmm.
um, seeing their lives, and I'm thinking back, I pretty much did all the same things whenever I was in middle school, so I can't really, I can't really be too biased about it.
I mean, I can understand because I'm gonna tell you, they are phone connected. It's like put your phone away. But miss, no, you need to do your notes. I'll do them later when I get home. No, you got to do them now. And that's seventh grade. Like I say, sixth and eighth grade, totally different animals. Seventh grade is a world to itself. But I just want to say this, you're going to do fine. You're going to do wonderful. And, I think that you're going to get out there and you're going to be totally, totally surprised. Because, see, how many teachers do we have in our family? We got me, Crystal, Otha, and probably some I don't even know. But yeah. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just now joining us today, we have Terrance Woodard. Family knows him as TJ. He is a wonderful student from Texas State University down in St. Marcos, Texas, and he is a senior. He's taken a semester off to do a little catch up, some online courses he wants to take, but he is on with me today to kind of talk about his journey into college and what he wants to do when he graduates. So, Terrance,
Yeah.
we talked about your major, we talked about your minor. Um, when you decided to go to college, I want you to kind of tell some of the young people some of the things that you had to go through, paperwork, selecting school, selecting a major, financial aid, all of that kind of thing.
Oh man, that was definitely a journey for me. At first, I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't even think college was the right thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
But mainly, I didn't know what I was gonna do when I got there. I was
Mm-hmm.
a student. I was a student athlete, and at a school where we didn't get much exposure, our athletes. So I was
Yeah.
doing that and trying to basically uh, shy away from my athlete life because I knew it wasn't uh, realistically it wasn't going to take me where I needed to go. So
Mm-hmm.
um, I got into this. I got into this great program, Boys and Girls Club, and there was a education program where our counselor, Mr. Terrance Watson, he helped us a lot because he seen that he was there to basically um, give us give us good reasons to go to college.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, as minority students, like he was a minority counselor as well, and he kind of took us under his wing and showed us that okay, you guys need to think about your futures. No, you can't be athletes forever. So he definitely showed us the way to go on that, and I owe my me even going to college to him.
Yeah.
So shout out to T. So we definitely Applied Texas is great.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Apply to all types of colleges. Um, do not get. I will say this: do not get discouraged if your grades aren't up to par with the original college you want. Like you may be looking at a big D1 college or something like that, and you might not get accepted, but that's okay because they have alternative routes. I didn't start at Texas State my first semester. I actually went to TCC, Tarrant County College. So I started off at Tarrant County College and busted my butt. And next thing you know, I applied the next semester and got accepted into Texas State. Well, got accepted into several big colleges, but Texas
Mm-hmm.
State was where I wanted to go. So um, got that out of the way. And yeah, it's really been a big blur. I didn't think I was going to get to this point my senior year. It's kind of nostalgic thinking about everything because I was a totally different person from where I am now.
Wow.
And yeah, it's been a heck of a journey. But I will say this: it's okay to be young and do the parties and the whatever you're gonna do. I won't get into it, but Um, it's okay to do all that, but try to remain focused because eventually, your actions or what you do now will
Mm-hmm.
definitely affect your future.
Yeah, yep. You are so right. And it is nothing wrong with starting at TCC. I think we all did. I know my son started there. I started there. Um, my nieces all started there. All of us have well, back in the day when I went, it was TCJC, but
Hmm.
we all started that route, and graduated and did well. But you mentioned something earlier about the the Texas. Is it a like a general Texas application that everybody fills out, or you mentioned something Tex app or
Yeah,
something?
It's an
Apply Texas is like a
Oh.
umbrella for you can. It's how do I explain this? You can apply. It's
Mhm.
like a thing to apply for colleges other than going to the actual website, like the college
Mhm.
website to apply there. Because
Mhm.
usually, Texas schools they'll have a link up under their tab if you want to apply there. They'll
Mhm.
send you to directly to Apply Texas, and you make an account and
Mhm.
just pick what school you want to apply for. It's a very simple process. Um, yeah, Apply Texas is great.
Is there an
And
application fee?
uh, so for most schools, there are some schools like I know for a fact Baylor does not have an application fee, or it didn't whenever I applied to there.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, yeah, they don't have an application fee. A couple of other schools, but I know Texas State definitely does, and I think it was like I want to say $30 to apply.
Okay. 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 It's not bad. It's not bad. So, I mean, the reason I was asking that, I didn't know if Apply Texas, when you applied, did you have to pay a separate application fee to each college that you were applying for, or if it was one fee under Apply Texas? So now I
No,
know. Okay,
yeah,
because back in the
definitely
day,
it applies to
I had that.
each one. Each one is different.
Okay.
So
Okay. Because back in the day we didn't have that. You just applied to each college on its own and paid your application fee. And if you applied to 10 colleges, you could easily rack up $300 in application fees. So you had to be very selective back then. And I guess it's the same now because application fees can cost. What about the financial aid process? Were you able to apply for and get any of that when you were in school?
yes, my mother actually helped me with my financial aid process, and Mr. T, who I mentioned earlier, he helped me a lot with my financial aid.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Yeah, it all depends on your family's income, unfortunately, and how much money you get from schools. The process is, I won't say it's as simple as applying for a school, but
Mm-hmm.
I would say definitely try to apply for
Mm-hmm.
financial aid and see where it goes. And if not, loans are always available. The loan
Yeah.
process is actually more simple than getting financial aid. They won't ask as many questions, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, because they want their money. They're gonna get their money back.
Oh yeah, definitely,
Yeah. Because I
definitely.
got loans I'm paying off. So, well, we'll pay off in 2 months. But yeah,
Yeah,
that
I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to Sally Mae coming to my door.
yeah,
Um,
but that's okay. That's okay. Now we had talked a little earlier. Um, well, back in probably around December or November. I can't remember if it was Thanksgiving or Christmas. And you had said that eventually you want to do some broadcasting, or were you doing some little sports broadcasting? So tell me about that a little bit, TJ.
okay. As far as sports sports broadcasting after I graduated and was looking to, because I'm going to grad school, and I was going to be looking at some master's programs. Now I'm not in grad school yet, but I'm going through the application process and everything. So fingers crossed. But yeah, for my master's programs, I seen that it had a sports broadcasting category, and
Okay.
yeah, and I've done some videos in the past. I have to post that on my YouTube. My YouTube is Terrance Woodard, or Terrance.Woodard, actually. You know, if you guys ever check out my stuff, whenever it gets on there, I would be more than happy for the subscribers and the love. So please check that out. So, so sports broadcasting. I've always kind of seen myself doing some sort of media, but I wound up trying to get a teaching degree. So, so I'm hopefully I could get into that. And sports, yeah, I love basketball, love sports in general, and I can talk about it all day.
Basketball of all things, basketball. I thought, your uncle was like the best in football in the city, but basketball. Okay, I'm not gonna give you a hard time. I'm not gonna give you a hard time.
He'll tell it too. Yeah, they talk about their old football war stories all the time. I hear.
Oh, you want to know? We grew up with your uncle and him playing football, but I mean, you're wanting to do the broadcasting thing. So I'm gonna ask you a question. Based on the pandemic and what's going on now, do you foresee any sports really other than NASCAR? Because NASCAR is back on the track now, if you didn't notice, because I watched NASCAR over the weekends. I have no life. But do you foresee any sports really coming back and fans back in the seats by the end of this year?
That all depends on what our government starts doing, because we're just starting to open, and no cases are really going down. So definitely, it's a definite possibility that we will see more NBA games in the near future, and by near I mean like summertime, or in NFL or soccer games, or whatever sport. They're definitely gonna start allowing people and as bad as that sounds, I don't think they should, but it is what it is, and
they'll find a vaccine, and we can kind of get back to some of our normal, because I mean, I may not watch sports as much as I used to, but I still like to know who's on top and who's winning. And March Madness we did not have this year, and that kind of hurt my heart just a little bit. And with all those new stadiums we have in the Metroplex, we're not gonna have Cowboys games really. And I don't know, did you ever go to the WNBA games over at UTA?
Over at UTA, I have not.
WNBA team, and I cannot think of the name of the team. Aaron, do you know the name of the WNBA team that plays at UTA?
Oh, actually,
the female basketball team.
I actually don't.
I can't think. I've gone to 3 or 4 of their games, and I can't even think of them now. And they good. They're really good. But yeah, with any luck, we'll be able to come back and you know, we'll see. Hopefully, you'll be able to do some broadcasting down there at school before you leave, or do some once you start teaching. Because if you're in Fort Worth ISD, they have some really good little broadcasters, especially at I'm trying to think of the name of that football field over off of Craig Street. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm rambling again, and this is your show.
Oh no,
So,
I definitely. I was. Yeah, about the broadcasting thing. I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get started. I've been working on a setup here since we have nothing but time because we're
yeah.
we're at. So I think I was trying to be more productive and get that stuff. So to
What do
build
you
up,
mean when you say set up?
cameras. I was looking online for these cameras they use for YouTube. Like, I don't know why, but YouTube artists they have some pretty dope cameras. And I'm wondering, like, you're doing all this from home, and like you may have just been started, but like you have like this dope setup. So I'm, looking up stuff and trying to figure out what's the best way to go, so I won't have my videos looking all like raunchy and stuff.
Well, one of the people you need to talk to is sitting right there on the other side doing my production right now, and that's your cousin Aaron.
The digital world.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you should see some of his stuff.
I do it all.
So he's got your number, so y'all need to talk when I get off, and I'm going to share his number with you so y'all can talk. He set me up with some good with a good little camera coming here that I keep forgetting I have and don't use.
You gotta use it.
I'm gonna use it. But,
Yeah, you got.
but yeah. I look at some of these things that people are doing, and they're totally awesome. And it's not a lot of equipment, but it's just having the right equipment. Now, if you get into broadcasting, you really want to do basketball. Is that what, or you will talk about any sports?
I will talk about any sport, probably anything that I find interesting. I'm a really big geek when it comes to like fanboy stuff. I'm a big anime fan, comic book.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I can talk about that stuff all day. So, yeah, that's probably gonna be like the first couple of videos that comes out on my channel. So if we got some STEM people looking in there, we're gonna get to the nitty gritty stuff later on. But yeah, I can definitely talk that all day. I'm sorry?
Do you have anything on your channel yet? And that's
not yet.
Come on, you got to get something on there. Now, you're already talking about it. You said it's Terrance.Woodard on YouTube. Yeah. Now, my show is all on YouTube. Let my fans know that out there now. I've got a year, now it's a year and a half of shows, although we've been in for 4 years. And today I am recognizing sports, although y'all can't see me. I have the Metro Sports Fieldhouse shirt on today because Terrance is here and I'm representing sports today. But got to go ahead on and get something on that channel, because now people are going to be looking for you, Terrance. They're going to be looking for you, TJ. They're going to be looking for you.
And I've set my YouTube just so people can keep clicking on the page to see if anything new pop up, because it's coming. I'm just getting it out there right now.
Well, you know what? This could be the first thing on your page as soon as I get it set up on my my YouTube channel page, you can link to your show from today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it looks like this might be my first video then.
But hey, I'm going to tell you, we're so proud of you and what you're doing and what your expectations are and things that you're wanting to do. And I may be calling on you next year if they change my line. Right now, I'm teaching science, but next year they're talking about, oh, we really want you to teach STEM and we want you to do some media production and digital design type stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute. I went into the classroom and they have like these really nice mics and computers and video cameras. And I'm like, ooh, what can I do with this? So I may be bugging y'all a little bit because, you young people know so much more about this than I do.
I might need to become a teacher.
What, Aaron?
Said I might need to become a teacher.
It's always open. It's always open.
I do have a degree.
Yes, you have a degree, you nutcase. But Terrance, it's so much out there, and you have taken a great step into, getting the education, learning about things, and taking another step. Because it's one thing about your generation. You get your degrees, but then you look at other means of entrepreneurship that is affiliated with your degrees, and I'm totally excited about that. I mean, you like sports exercise exercise science and sports and history, but you're also looking at another avenue, and that is in the realm of sports broadcasting. So I'm going to be really looking out for that. So I'm going to hold you to this. Do you understand that, Terrance?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Definitely. I will not disappoint when it comes to that. Yeah. Yeah, our generation definitely does. Definitely is a generation of entrepreneurs with technology at its peak right now. We're definitely taking advantage of that, especially in the pandemic. We keep listening to YouTube because I've been on YouTube a lot. Being in quarantine and seeing a lot of these people come up with different things. It's at an all-time high for video making right now. So
it is. It really is. And I mean, sometimes you look at it and you don't even know what kind of equipment they use, and you're like, okay, that wasn't cute. But then you turn around and you say, oh, you can tell they're doing it in their bathroom, but it's well lit and all of that stuff. So, but yeah, I haven't been doing any live videos of the show here where you can see me, because I'm doing my show from my apartment. But yeah, I think you're gonna you and Aaron make that connection, so y'all can come up with he can learn some from you, and you can probably learn some from him, and y'all can look at each other's studios. So I think that's good. So Aaron, you got his number, right?
I do.
So Terrance, if you have any questions, ask Aaron about some things, because he's been doing this a while.
Oh, okay. So like, what's your favorite type of camera, or for somebody getting started? I don't know if you've ever done like YouTube filming, or what's the ideal camera to use?
So I kind of had to like work backwards to figure out what camera I was using, and I'm looking over here and I'm realizing that you guys can hear me, but I don't think that the radio station can hear me. But
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
As long as you guys can hear me, that's good. So I kind of had to work backwards because I learned about the cinematic cameras first, and then I was like, but what can I buy? Because those cameras are like the price of a car. And,
Right.
So what I did was I looked up like consumer grade DSLRs and SLRs, and I found there's some really nice Sony ones. Uh, I had purchased, my first one was a Sony A6000, and my mom got me that actually. That was $300 for the camera and two lenses.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
That was on sale at the PX though.
that's true, but given the amount of cameras that have come out since, that camera's
Yeah.
pretty much gone to that price.
Hmm.
And I think it's a great little camera. And there's also cameras of the exact same caliber from other companies like Canon and Nikon and Fujimax. And I there's so many places to start. I would just recommend looking in your price range and looking up some examples, like some example footage.
Right. Okay. So what I'm getting out of this is cameras are super expensive.
They can be for sure.
Yeah, they can be.
They can
Now,
be.
what about studio setup, Aaron, for something like this?
For for
So,
something like what?
Lights or anything like that?
Oh, lights. Let's what? Okay, let me try and get really specific. So if you're trying to produce content where you're talking directly to a camera, and it's simply that, like maybe you're just having an open conversation where you would like to get people engaged in whatever content you're creating. Um, I would say get a nice little pair of LED lights, which can run you from anywhere from $30 to however high your mind can think number wise. One camera, you might be able to use the audio from the camera if your scene, like wherever you're shooting this, is isolated sound wise, and that's it. You could use a camera with a decent attachable camera microphone and run with it if you're shooting in broad daylight, or if you're shooting in a dark studio, you might need a couple lights, and that can be, I don't know, $50 to $100 for some baseline, really effective ones.
right. Okay. All right. That sounds yeah. That sounds doable. It sounds like you really don't need much to start though.
You really don't. I know a lot of people that are starting with their cell phones.
Yeah.
Mm.
I've actually considered just starting off with my cell phone and just going up from there. Yeah. Yeah, definitely good info. Yeah, I'll definitely look into the cameras. And you said LED lights, right?
Yeah, LEDs, mostly because you can. Oh, there we go. Mostly because you can change the color temperature on them and the brightness, but you don't have to worry about color temperature just yet. No one's gonna
Right.
really care.
Gotcha.
See, y'all need to get together and kind of discuss some of this stuff and kind of look and see what each other has. But Terrance, I know your journey. You're a senior. You're gonna finish. Hopefully, teach in Fort Worth ISD or somewhere within Tarrant County, so you can stay close to home. But we've got about 4 minutes left. We kind of talked about what you want to do afterwards. You're looking at your master's. Where are you looking at your master's from before I go on to my next question?
I actually want to get my master's from Texas State.
Okay.
I fell in love with the city, so I'm pretty much deciding that I want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And and afterwards, like me getting my master's, I actually want to go traveling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I haven't really been out of the States like that, other than
cruise ships and stuff. But I actually want to go overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe backpacking through Europe. As crazy as that sounds, and I would really like to go to Japan one day.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a real big Japanese culture fanatic, so I definitely want to see what they have to offer.
I've been there, but I've only been there and seen it through the windows at the airport. I haven't been on the streets in Japan yet, and I mean, it's beautiful. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. But I would love to go there too. And before we get off the air, I know you have some people that you want to give shout outs to: your mom, your sisters, brothers, cousins, aunties, uncles, whatever. So take this opportunity and give them some shout outs, because we have not done this on our own, to include myself.
Oh yeah, you definitely know that. All right, first of all, I want to give a shout out to my mom and my nana and my dad. They definitely helped me get to where I am, and I couldn't be here without them. So shout out to them. Shout out to my sister. Shout out to my brother. Shouts out to Mr. T, who helped me get into college. I wouldn't be here without his help. Shout out to one of my best friends. He's listening right now. He knows who he is. He helped me through some tough spots.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate him so much. Shout out to my girl. She's listening as well. She's amazing. And shouts out to you, Angels.
Well, you are
Shouts
so.
out to you. Thank you for letting me have this opportunity to be on here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna say this. So many young men and young women nowadays are not going to college, and with what's going on right now, and students having to do classes online, and a lot of parents are looking at their kids going to school closer to home, which means stay in the state or stay in the city, which is something that you've done both of. You stayed in the state of Texas, or you stayed in the city to go to school. Um, Let them know that school is an opportunity for them. Going to college is an opportunity. And you brought something to mind that I have to keep in the back of my mind, or bring to the front of my mind, is just because you go to college for a major, there are still those avenues of entrepreneurship that young men and young women are looking at, and I am so amazingly proud of what y'all are doing. And I want to thank you for coming into the All About STEM Radio STEM community. And do not let this be the last time we hear from you. And as you get your broadcast thing going, please make sure you share with us some of the things that you're doing. And when you get ready to graduate, make sure you let me know. So even if I can't be there, I can post you all over so people can say, "This is my baby," because I'm kind of weird. I'm kind of weird. I'm pretty much like your nanas, your grandmothers, because we're Southern, and we're loud, and we're from Texas, so we kind of country.
Right.
But oh, and he agreed.
Hey,
I'm that's how it is.
What were you gonna say, Aaron? You had something on your mind. I'm looking at your face.
Oh, I don't know if you can hear me, but what I was gonna say was, let's get those social media links again, Terrance. Where can people find you?
Right. You can actually go to my Facebook. My Facebook it says T Wood. It's marked TEE space WOOD.
Okay.
And
That's and my LinkedIn is Terrance Woodard. So yeah, those are my main social medias right there.
Okay, and you're soon to be on YouTube at Terrance Woodard.
Absolutely, yeah. Content coming soon.
Okay, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have gone over about 2 minutes because my producer is sitting there looking at me like I need to stop talking. And hey, I want to thank Terrance or TJ for coming on and let him know that we are so proud of you and keep up the good work. And thank you, thank you, thank you for coming on and telling some of our young men and women about your journey into college and going to college and things that you want to do later. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this has been All About STEM Radio.